Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking all about which shoes I recommend when I'm traveling, especially if you're doing a lot of activity or just walking the whole day. These three shoes that I'm going to show you have just been super supportive when I have very active vacations and I'm walking around the city a lot and it's also very hot or very cold. I can use these shoes, like they are super sturdy and they've just saved my life. All about how we can look chic but also very comfortable. If you didn't know, I have literally every single pain in all of my hip and my knees. Like, they are busted. Your girl is suffering, okay? Your girl suffers a lot of pain. So I've gone like on a deep dive to find the best shoes for traveling because I will not stop. Like, we'll spend the whole day out and about and I don't want to stop to kind of like, I will rest. I will like sit in a cafe for a while and like take a long lunch, but I don't want to be stopping going back to the hotel to stop because like I need to change shoes or something hurts. I don't want to do that. I want to have really a lot of comfort and then also still look like put together. So these are kind of just like my top 3 sneakers that I will always have with me on every single trip. And I will make a video because I've already thought it through about other shoes that I actually recommend and other things fashion related that I wanted to do. But for now we're just gonna focus on these 3 pairs of shoes that I highly recommend. Okay, so the first pair is no surprise because they did go viral on social media. It's the Dr. Scholl's Time Off sneakers. As you can see, I've used them a lot. Like, they've been on every single trip that I have done in the past 2 years and they have lasted me that long and they're still in really great quality. You can really wash these as well. Like, it is leather, so it's very easy to take out like scuff marks or things like that. The sole is a little bit more difficult to kind of clean. I don't know why. It just has been a little bit more difficult to get that just like looking better, but these shoes are absolutely comfortable. Now, the first time that I used these was last year in a trip I did to Italy, and we were walking. When I tell you that we were up at like 9 a.m. and we were done by 10 p.m., that was like an intense day. I was using this, and as I've mentioned, I have a lot of like hip pain, leg pain due to like a disability that I have, and I have never done that, like walked all that I walked and not gotten into the hotel and like completely like decomposed. Like, if I were to do that and I didn't wear these shoes, the next day I would have so much trouble like actually getting out of bed because of the pain that I would have in my legs. And this is the first time when I wore these shoes that I was able to walk the whole day, and the next day I felt completely fine. I will say I have talked to some people that actually these shoes don't work. We were talking about it, and it's because you have a higher arch. I think this might be a little bit more uncomfortable for you. I don't have that high of an arch, but a lot of people love these. Rarely have I heard a negative comment about these shoes, and if I just need to be comfortable, I will wear these shoes. And they're pretty cute. They're not that bulky. They're not that too much. It's a white sneaker, so it goes with pretty much everything. And they're just extremely comfortable. Like, I cannot recommend these shoes enough. There's a reason that they're really hyped, and I believe that they should be hyped the way that they are hyped. You can get these on Amazon. I'll link them in the description box below. And I just love them. I love them so much. They are probably one of my favorite shoes to travel with. All right, the second pair they're from this brand, which I cannot name. I know it's the like Roger Federer, like he's in a partnership with them. And these are actually called, I think they're called the Roger. Yeah, the Cloud Tech, the Roger. So this shoe is, first of all, it's a really like sleek, super lightweight shoe. Like, you do not feel these shoes at all when you are wearing them. And they have kind of like a cushion that they call it like the Cloud Tech. I don't know if you can see that right there. And again, it's just a very comfortable shoe to have around when you're walking a lot. And I love the style. This is a bit more sporty, I would say. So I wouldn't necessarily like wear these shoes all the time, because if I want to look a little bit more put together, I wouldn't necessarily wear these shoes. They do have different colors. I just love green, so I got this little green part, which I just adore. So these are more casual, but again, they're just super comfortable. They've been with me throughout my whole trips to Europe, and they have not failed me. I will say there is a little bit of breaking in, especially on this part, compared to like the Dr. Scholl's. The Dr. Scholl's, you just like wear them and that's it. Like you don't have to break them in. These ones I did have to break in just a teeny tiny bit, but it wasn't something that was super like painful or anything like that. But again, the sole on this is like really bouncy and just very comfortable and very supportive when you're walking a lot. And it is a really cute shoe to have. So I do love these pairs, and these will probably also be with me when I travel because they're just so lightweight and so comfortable. So yeah, these are the Roger from the brand that I don't know how to pronounce. QU. I probably should have looked that up before I started. But anyways, love these shoes, highly recommend. I think I also saw them on TikTok a while ago. I would say like a year, 2 years ago. I would probably say that's when I saw them. And I haven't seen much about them anymore, but they are very comfortable and just beautiful shoes. All right, the final pair is actually quite recent purchase that I did, and I'm gonna leave the creator that she recommended these shoes, and so I'm gonna leave her linked below. I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, either or, but I'm gonna leave her linked below. And I follow her because she gives like super great tips and super practical tips when you're like traveling. She's amazing in her recommendations, so I trust her very much blindly. So these are the Vessi Cloud Comfort All Day, and these are fairly new. I will say size or half size. I don't think they do half sizes, but they are a little bit snug. I would say a half size larger, whereas the other ones fit perfectly for like the size that you are. These, I would say that I would go a size up, but these are not only waterproof, which is the reason that I bought them, because especially when I travel to, let's say, Paris or London, which I am going in the fall, it does rain quite a lot, and sometimes my shoes are not water resistant, my feet get wet and then get cold, and I don't want that to happen. So I decided to buy these Vessi, and I have since been in love with them. So they also have some sort of, all of these you'll see that will have like the word cloud something, like Cloud Tech. This one says Cloud Comfort. Again, when you touch the sole, it has that bouncy feeling, but I will say that this shoe is really good for arch support because it has a certain part that really supports your arches, and it's really high up here compared to the Cloud sets from Dr. Scholl's. These are slip-ons and I absolutely love them, and they are just so comfortable. I cannot explain how comfortable these are. I absolutely love them, and the fact that they're waterproof is just an additional bonus because especially when you go to rainy Paris, it's sometimes a hassle to walk on the streets. Like, it's not pretty. So definitely these, and quickly fell in love with them the moment that I put them on. And this might be like my newest pair that I'm gonna take on like every trip that I go on from here on out. I just absolutely love these shoes. They're really good, and all of these are fairly, I wouldn't say they're too expensive. I think none of them are over, the Rogers I think are, I would say not 100 and something. They're not over, I think, $200. So they're fairly very well priced, and it's worth the investment for these shoes because when you're traveling, it's a hassle and you do not want to be in pain and start your first day off with like a lot of pain and a lot of like discomfort because it's gonna ruin your trip. So having a really comfortable shoe is key. All right, I know that was a very short video. I will promise to make more because I do love making these types of videos about clothing wise and like fashion wise and shoe wise, what I recommend that you take, because I've been, as I mentioned, like I've had my fair share of disasters when I'm traveling, especially fashion wise. I feel like I've gotten a system that really works for me, so I will be sharing more content like this. I am going to be sharing a lot of content on you know, getting dressed in things that you need to take to Paris, because there's just a few things that I think everyone needs to have in their suitcase when they travel to Paris, regardless of the season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved this video, but make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and also hit that notification button, and you can watch my most recent video over here.